So I just proposed to my girlfriend and everyone said it was perfect. So just to give you some backstory, me and my girlfriend have been together, or now fiance, I've been together for around 10, 11 years, something like that. But yeah, we met in middle school, I believe, or elementary school. I honestly don't even know. But anyways, we could talk about the length and the time we've been together and why I just proposed today. But I proposed to her in Guatemala, and it was honestly one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, and I definitely am pretty proud of myself. There's a lot of things that I learned throughout the whole journey, from picking the ring, asking her parents, all that stuff, and I definitely want to share a lot of those things that I've learned, and I think it'll definitely help you to propose if you're looking to do that. But before we start, I want to show you guys some pictures and a video, and might even do some commentary on the video that while I'm playing it and kind of recording at the same time. So I'm gonna add a few pictures here, boom, boom, boom. And then now let me pull up the video. All right, so I set up the tripod here. As you can see, we're just chilling. I basically told her, do you know why we're here? Amazing view. And honestly, I was like shitting my pants here, to be honest. I honestly didn't even know what to say. I did have the stuff planned out, but you know, you're just in the moment and you kind of figure everything, to be honest. All the things that I had and I wanted to make sure to do, I honestly forgot. So I honestly don't even remember what I was saying here. I think I was just spitting some game. I honestly don't even remember. Let me just fast forward a little bit. Oh yeah, and then I didn't know where to put the ring, so I put it in my sock, as you can see there. Huge bulge. So yeah, so that's kind of what I did. Got the ring out and got on that left knee, you know, and there we go. Thing that I keep looking at this is like, honestly, my posture was just so shitty, but whatever. We can't go back, but overall it was crazy, to be honest, because I asked her if she even said yes, because she was just in so much shock. So I asked her like twice, and then she's like, oh yeah. But honestly, it was amazing. And you can see here, just having a moment, whatever. But this is just a recording on our phone, so I actually had a tripod at the same time set up, because the whole idea was for her to get content and trying to trick her in that way. But I actually had a photographer behind us taking a photo, so those are the pictures that you saw earlier. That's basically it. And as I mentioned, this was in Guatemala 2 weeks ago. Honestly, it was the best experience we've ever had traveling, and I'm gonna share with you all those lessons and all the things that you should definitely take into account if you're looking to propose, and just some things to think about and just some things that I've learned. All right, so I have 7 different things I will be covering. I also have some extras at the end that I also think that they're very important. So let's dive right into it. So the first one's gonna be the surprise. The hardest thing for me wasn't the ring, wasn't the location. It was trying to surprise her as much as possible. As I mentioned earlier in this video, we've been together for around 10, 11 years, somewhere around there. So she knew this was coming. So that was the biggest issue for me, was just trying to surprise her as much as possible. So with that, I tried to keep it as cool as possible and trying to make her feel like nothing was happening, right? Sometimes I would say, hey, like, I don't think we should go on this trip. Like, the weather doesn't look great. I would play little mind tricks like that just to make her feel like nothing was gonna happen. Because like I mentioned, I want it to be surprising. I want her to feel excited and stuff like that. So that's definitely something that I struggled with a little bit, but I figured it out. I just trying to play it cool, right? Play the game. The other lesson was not to tell a lot of people. I think once a lot of people know, it kind of takes away the specialness of that, but that's just me. Didn't end up kind of telling a lot of people, and also I didn't want it to potentially like someone like say something and then just not make her feel surprised and stuff like that. So those are just some things I took into account. Number 2 is calling her parents. Before anything else, I had to keep it G, aka traditional, and call the man that everyone gets nervous about, her pops. But for me, it was a different story. Me and her pops get along really well, so it honestly was not too bad. Even though we get along very well, I was still very nervous because I honestly didn't really know what the right words were to say. At the end of the day, it's my first time living too, right? So I asked ChatGPT, did a little prompting, and got a cool little answer back. Didn't use what ChatGPT told me, but it kind of just gave me some pointers of kind of what to say and what are the right words to say. At the end of the day, make it from the heart. No need to be perfect. Find the right words. Just tell him why you love their daughter and why you want to marry her, and just ask for permission or their blessing. After hearing him is all excited and giving me his blessing, that's when it really hit me. I was like, wow, it's happening. Side note, I also called her mom just to kind of let her know what was happening. Me and her mom get really well as well. I thought it would be respectful to call her and just kind of let her know and see if I could get her blessing as well, which I already have. She's already told me multiple times. Actually, her dad as well has told me multiple times. but just want to kind of do it out of respect, and I think it's really appreciated from the parents. Number 3, ring size and design. At first I thought picking out the style and the diamond was going to be the hardest thing for me, since my now fiance would never show me rings that she liked. She's not really into jewelry, so it was kind of hard to get an understanding of what she liked, and so the cards were all stacked against me. But I was wrong. Picking out the style and the diamond was a breeze. I guess you could say I know my shit. What was difficult for me was getting her ring size. I had to check her Aura ring and just find the size of her Aura ring and throw it into chat, have chat give me an estimate of what her ring size finger would be. So like some of you might not have that whispering when it comes to design and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I would just kind of pray on that every night, to be honest. No, I'm just playing. This is where you can lean on friends and family. You could also take them ring shopping. I know a lot of people do that. Personally, I don't really, like that, to be honest, because it kind of throws the surprise away. But yeah, if you want to get them something they really like, then yeah, that's fine. Do your thing. That's just me though. But when that time finally came and I put that ring on her finger and it looked timeless, I knew I made the right choice. Even though it was a little big, I made sure to buy some sizers from Amazon and brought them to me to the proposal so she could add those on and kind of be comfortable wearing it, even though if it was a little loose. Number 4, so her nails and her outfit. So the next challenge for me was making sure she looked good and she felt amazing without giving it away. For me, she always looks good, but you know how girls are. So since we were going to Guatemala, it was somewhat easier because we usually buy like some different outfits to kind of wear at these trips whenever we go traveling. But the outfit was not the problem. It was actually getting her nails done. I have a crunchy fiance, just kidding. She just does her own nails, which is like, I'm all for that, saving a little money here and there. So I couldn't just come out and say like, hey, go get your nails done, right? So I had one of her friends figure out a way to kind of take her to go get her nails down. So shout out to you, Diana, if you're listening. So that's kind of how I went about it. I used her friend and kind of like try to make up a story on kind of like why she should go get her nails done, XYZ. So this will all kind of depend for everyone else, right? Depending where you propose. So just be creative, figure something out. Like I told her that this trip was going to be like a content trip, since she does content. I'm going to get like pictures everywhere, videos for her Instagram. So that's the way I played it out, and it actually worked out really well. So looking back, I'm so glad she was able to kind of go get her nails done, of course, and get her favorite dress, because all those photos came out really nice, and I'm sure she appreciates a lot of that. So number 5, your outfit. This is for you, my guys. This point is not too crazy, but I think it's really important in my opinion. The day is about you too, but you don't want to take all the shine, right? You want to give your lady the opportunity to glow. So with that being said, don't wear anything too flashy, all that Gucci, all that stuff, right? And you also don't want to look all crazy, give it away, right? Give out the surprise and stuff like that. Get yourself something simple, not too suspicious, nice polo, a chill button up, and it will do just fine. But at the end of the day, you do you. And as I mentioned, I wanted that day to be about us, but primarily her, and I didn't want to put on a clown show wearing something bright or something crazy. Number 6, personally, I wanted to do the proposal somewhere badass. I couldn't do it in Italy because my brother did that, so thanks for making it harder for me, Rigo. So I had to get creative. The way I thought about it is like, you only do this once in a lifetime, so why not go balls deep? One thing I would say, proposing in a different country can be a little tricky and honestly a little bit expensive. Trying to find the perfect photographer, the location, all the little fees that come with it. At the end of the day, choose the place that feels right for you. You don't feel obligated to spend all this money, but what I'm gonna say is definitely think about where you're gonna do it and all the things that come with it. But I would say when I was standing at this proposal spot and I was looking at her and at the view, it was crazy. I would say I was like, wow, I picked a good ass spot. Number 7, I'm gonna say it. Get a photographer. No matter what the situation is, get a photographer, guys. Trust me, get a photographer. I know it's more money. I know it could be a hassle trying to figure out who the photographer is, or the location, figuring out the direction or whatever, the time. I know it could be a hassle, but it's definitely worth it. Use the good old internet, do a little research, do a little chat GPT, and literally just do your research and you'll find the perfect photographer and stay in communication with them and try to just figure out a game plan at the end of the day. Make sure you have some time frame to try to figure that out. I promise you it's going to be worth it. Later that night when I proposed, we were back in our hotel. We were looking through all the photos. The photographer actually sent us some photos literally that same day. And honestly, we were just reminiscing about how beautiful it was and how this is going to be a huge memory to share those photos with everyone. So yeah, that was all 7 tips that I have. I know I kind of rambled, and honestly, I'm trying to get into YouTube again, and I hope I deliver this message the best as I can, but I have a few more final tips that I think would be beneficial, and I would would definitely consider taking these into account. Or one amazing tip my brother gave me was, if you're on a trip and you're gonna propose, make sure to propose in the beginning so you guys can enjoy the rest of the trip proposed, right? And you also don't have to worry and stress out about the whole situation, about the planning, the photographer, all that stuff. So I recommend proposing in the beginning. Another crucial point that I would recommend, do not propose on her birthday or on a holiday. Propose to your girlfriend outside of those dates. You want this date to be one special day in your life, and it's not going to be on a holiday or on their birthday. So make sure it's not on those days. Another tip is, if you're going to propose at a hotel, make sure to tell the hotel so you don't get surprised. A lot of these hotels do charge more if you're going to propose and you're going to have like a photographer, right? So just for your peace of mind, ask first and tell them what's happening, so you kind of have an understanding of what that's going to cost, XYZ. Ordering the ring, make sure you order it in advance. It could take up to 5-6 months. It's definitely a long process. So I would definitely recommend to have some time to figure that out, especially if it's going to be custom made. So make sure you kind of bake that into your time frame. As I mentioned earlier, buying a ring that's a little bit bigger, it's actually a lot better than smaller. And as I mentioned, I went on Amazon, got some sizers just for the meantime, and I gave it to her, and she honestly loves it, and she's currently using it today. So definitely helpful if you come prepared. And the last one is buy ring insurance. I know it's another fee or whatever, but at least you're covered, especially if you're on a trip. Make sure you have insurance. The ring falls off or the diamond falls off, whatever that looks like, right? At least you have some insurance. So that's all the things that I did to make our proposal unforgettable. If you're gonna propose soon, good luck. Don't screw this up. I'm just playing. Just remember to speak from the heart and let God guide you. If you have any questions, please drop them down below, or feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll add my Instagram right here. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm looking to get on YouTube and kind of make videos of things that I've learned, or whatever that looks like. I honestly don't know what that looks like, but also please give me some feedback on the video below. Trying my best here. So I appreciate you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.